So Death Battle is uploaded once again with the release of Tanjiro versus Jonathan Joestar. Tanjiro no longer has a last name, apparently. And yeah, the episode is doing really well view-wise. It got number 3 on trending yesterday of recording. So let's see if it's worthy of those views. First off, the analysis. I was honestly really looking forward to the analysis, given that I really like Demon Slayer, and Liam writing a JoJo episode is always good. But, this analysis was really mid. Tanjiro's analysis goes over, barely any of his story, and, I get that the Death Battle team were trying to avoid putting manga spoilers in, but it comes at the cost of literally not giving Tanjiro a story conclusion. His analysis just ends with, he fought Muzan, and they are still fighting. Which is just not true for the manga, so not only did he not get a conclusion, he was given a potential not accurate conclusion, which is just weird, and then Jonathan's isn't as bad. It doesn't have any, things that really upset me, like Tanjiro's lack of story, but it also has something that Tanjiro's analysis shares, and that's the god-awful jokes. It's just them trying to reference memes, and it doesn't work well, and you just sit there like, what the fuck? It's not bad analysis, but, it's just kind of boring. And I have, a lot of flaws with it. Thankfully, the fight for this episode more than made up for the mid-analysis. This fight looks incredible, and is pretty easily the best rigging they've done in an animation. Static vs. Miles had, scenes with better animation, but the overall package of this has easily the best rigging. It looks amazing. The sprites, which both are custom-made, I think, look amazing, and they move so fluidly. Look at this shit. It looks so clean. And then there's the effects, which just look beautiful. Tanjiro's water breathing, it looks weird in some places, but especially the fire effects look amazing. And JoJo's Hamen looked awesome as well. And the JoJo art style swap, the color palette swap, that's what it's called, it looked phenomenal at the end. It's not exactly akin to how a JoJo color palette swap works, but it's close enough. It still gives the ending a unique flair to it that puts it above other climaxes. So yeah, overall, the animation quality of this one, spectacular. Then there's the choreography, which, just like the battle animation, is phenomenal. The choreography in this one is just so much fun. Swordplay is really good, and they managed to use Jonathan well even when he's not using pluck. He does some cool hand-to-hand shit, and even uses a fucking tree as a sword, which is just awesome. And Tanjiro does a lot of cool shit as well in the choreography. His Hino Kami Kagura combo on Jonathan looks really cool. And overall, just the entire climax of the fight is really fucking cool. Tanjiro just barely missing the sword and, Jonathan moving his organs to dodge it is, 1, very much JoJo-esque, and 2, fucking awesome, and leads into this amazing Scarlet Yellow overdrive, which we will 100% talk about later. The climax is really fucking good and one of the best in Death Battle, in my opinion. Yeah, the choreography, it's great. A lot of fun and just really interesting stuff. Then we have the characters, and this was honestly what I was looking the most forward to with this episode. With characters like these, you have the potential to build a really good story and really well done emotional moments. This episode doesn't do that. Now, okay, that's being too harsh. The moments aren't bad, they're just flawed. They're actually pretty good. I really like this startup and that it doesn't really make either seem like a bad person. Jonathan's just trying to kill a fucking demon, the thing he does, and he assumes Tanjiro is being mind-controlled, and Tanjiro is just protecting his sister. Both are technically in the right. However, I do have a couple issues with how they handled the aftermath of the death. I will say, right off the gate, the way Jonathan shuts off Tanjiro's heart is beautiful. This shot is amazing, and I love it. Honestly, I think I'd like the ending more if it was literally just this. Just Jonathan walking over and giving Tanjiro a peaceful death. However, Jonathan saying he'd look after Nezuko it's fine, but I don't like how the line is delivered. It comes off comically, and that doesn't fit with the scene at all. So it comes off really jarringly, especially with how quickly Jonathan's mindset changes. Really, I just think it could have used like a little bit more build-up and just a better line delivery. But other than that, it was pretty good, and they were pretty much in character for the rest of the fight outside of Tanjiro's dumb puppy line. So overall, it was pretty good with just some noticeable flaws. And then there's the music, which is really good. Breathless Blades is a banger track, and second favorite of the season. It's not beating Mad Left Right. That track goes so fucking hard. But it is still very good, and I really like it. It sells the anticipation moments, hype moments, suspenseful moments, all that stuff really well, and just sounds really good on its own. And then, yeah, sound design is fine. There's not too much to comment on that. But, yeah, overall, sound is good. Forgot to mention this, but the voice acting is also really good, especially during the Sunlight Yellow Overdrive part. Then there's the post-analysis, which, yeah, it's good. Like, I don't know, it's Jonathan versus Tanjiro. Jonathan pretty much wins easily if you don't lowball him and highball Tanjiro, so not that hard of an explanation to give. I will say that I really like the joke at the start of it of Boomstick crying like a little bitch. Honestly, that was the funniest moment in the entire episode, which is ironic. But yeah, it's a good conclusion. It's kind of hard to fuck it up. So overall, I really liked this episode. It was the one that I was the most excited for out of the revealed opponents, because, well, Tanjiro's obviously going to fight Jonathan. So it was the one I was most hyped for, and I wasn't too disappointed. Wasn't a fan of the analyses that much, but man, the fight made up for it. I really like this fight. This episode, it's like, I really liked the overall package. It has flaws. I can acknowledge those flaws. But in the grand scheme of things, I really don't care because I really still like it. It's a solid 8.5. Second favorite of the season so far. And was not expecting Vegeta versus Thor to be the next time. But sure, I guess I'm hyped for it. It could be a really cool fight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.